applicant who was merely a witness under cross-examination at the time. Generally, this may result in an untenable precedent, more specifically for witnesses who are advocates within the NPA. 11. In the letter addressed to the panel by the NPA's legal team dated 9 January 2026, supposedly at the instance of the applicant, permission was sought to consult with the applicant while she was under cross-examination. According to the NPA, it had anticipated that, open quote, given the nature of the issues that had arisen, consultation will cover aspects that the applicant is presently testifying on, close quote. Later, at the hearing of 26 January 2026, the NPA legal team placed on record that there may be a potential conflict of interest in their involvement as legal counsel for the applicant. 12. On 12 February 2026, the first respondents' attorneys, Nkabela Huntley attorneys, addressed a letter to HANM objecting to the request for leave to consult while the applicant remained under cross-examination and indicating that their consent had not been sought.
The Nkabinde inquiry has rejected an application by former National Director of Public Prosecutions, Shamila Batoyi, to consult with her legal team while undergoing cross-examination, delivering a firm ruling that underscores the strict procedural boundaries governing witness testimony. Inquiry Chairperson Bess Nkabinde found that Batoyi had failed to demonstrate that her right to procedural fairness justified interpreting cross-examination to seek legal advice. In her ruling, Nkabinde stressed that the integrity of the inquiry process depends on adherence to established professional rules, particularly those designed to prevent witnesses from shaping their evidence mid-testimony. The decision follows a dramatic episode in December 2025 when Batoyi walked out of proceedings during cross-examination, refusing to continue without access to independent legal counsel. At the time, she argued that such assistance was essential to properly respond to questioning led by counsel representing suspended prosecutor Andrew Chauke. The inquiry, convened under Section 12(6) of the National Prosecuting Authority Act, is tasked with determining Chauke's fitness to hold office as Director of Public Prosecutions for South Gauteng. Batoyi, who initially lodged the complaint against him, had been a central witness, testifying extensively between November and December 2025. However, proceedings took a contentious turn on December 15, 2025 during an intense cross-examination conducted by advocate Tsembeka Ngqaitobi. Batoyi informed the panel that she would not return after the lunch adjournment, citing the need for good legal advice and expressing unwillingness to proceed under the representation of the National Prosecuting Authority's legal team. Subsequently, her attorneys, Harris Newpon Molobatsi, approached the panel seeking a declaratory order that Batoyi was entitled to consult with them without requiring the inquiry's permission. In the alternative, they requested formal leave for such consultation, arguing that the gravity of the proceedings, particularly their potential impact on Batoyi's constitutional rights and professional standing, warranted an exception to standard practice. Central to the dispute is a long-standing professional rule prohibiting legal practitioners from consulting with a witness once testimony has begun and before cross-examination is concluded. This rule, widely regarded as a safeguard against the tailoring of evidence, aims to preserve the authenticity and reliability of witness testimony. Counsel for Chauke strongly opposed Batoyi's application, describing her earlier departure from the proceedings as an abscondment and arguing that she approached the panel with unclean hands after already breaching established professional norms. In its ruling, the panel echoed these concerns, emphasizing that the professional role is inviolable and essential to maintaining the credibility of the inquiry process. It further warned that permitting exceptions in this stance could undermine the broader administration of justice. The panel also raised eyebrows over a separate issue involving Current and DPP and Dimotibi, who authorized state funding for Batoi's private legal representation. The ruling cautioned that such a decision, particularly where the individual is participating as a witness rather than a party, could create an untenable precedent within the NPA. Batoi, for her part, maintained that her actions were motivated by a desire to protect her integrity and to fully understand her legal obligations in what she characterized as a high-stakes and complex inquiry. Having served as NDPP since December 2018, Batoi's tenure has been marked by intense public scrutiny, particularly in relation to high-profile corruption prosecutions and the handling of politically sensitive cases. Her appearance before the inquiry has further placed her leadership under the spotlight. She officially stepped down from her position on January 30, 2026, bringing an end to a tenure that has been as consequential as it has been controversial. The inquiry into Chauke's conduct continues with its findings, expected to carry significant implications for accountability and governance within South Africa's prosecutorial system. Meanwhile, the key witness, Major General Johan Booysen, backed out of Chauke fitness probe. Johan Booysen decided not to testify any longer. Justice Bess Nkabinde, presiding over the inquiry, only noted this turn of events during this week's proceedings. The State Attorney's Office addressed a letter to Justice Nkabinde as the chairperson of the inquiry, in which it was stated, "Please be advised that General J.W. Booysen has since informed evidence leaders that he will no longer be submitting his statement and will as a result not be coming to give evidence at the inquiry." Retired General Booysen stalled for some time in issuing his statement regarding his evidence to evidence leader Advocate David Mohlamonyane SC, and in the end never submitted the document, which in its draft stage comprised more than 300 pages. Booysen was due to testify before the inquiry on Wednesday, but at the start of the proceedings, Mohlamonyane told Justice Nkabinde and the panel that he is no longer coming. Mohlamonyane on Wednesday placed on record that he had received notices from both Booysen himself and his legal team on Monday, 2 days before Booysen was supposed to take the witness stand, that he opted out. Booysen's attorney informed Mohlamonyane that Booysen had terminated their mandate in this matter. He phoned Booysen himself, who then confirmed the fact that he will no longer testify. In responding to questions by panel member Matjego Ramokgakga, Mohlamonyane explained that he had previously travelled to Cape Town on 2 occasions to extensively consult with him in person. He stated that at some point Booysen said his statement was around 300 pages and he was continuing to develop it. Booysen indicated that he wanted to respond to each witness who had referred to him during the inquiry. This prompted Ramokgakga to comment that it is clear Booysen closely followed the proceedings. Mohlamonyane also explained that he had previously asked Booysen for a copy of his statement, which was omitted. Booysen indicated that his statement will be drafted by his lawyers, and said Booysen did not provide any reasons for no longer submitting his statement or refusing to testify. Booysen's evidence was to form a vital part of the inquiry, as it concerns 2 broad complaints against Chauke. The first relates to the institution of racketeering charges against Booysen and members of the Katamena unit, the subsequent defenses of the proceedings instituted by Booysen to set aside the racketeering certificates. It is claimed that Chauke insisted on Booysen's and members of Katamena unit's prosecutions on racketeering charges, while there was no evidence to link them to this. It is alleged that even after courts had cleared Booysen's name, Chauke was still instrumental in fighting those judgments. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.